Just start recording. No, but we do need to get some intro music. Just get
We'll get some intro music.
little like doo 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 doo, some little jazz in the back.
We'll figure it out. I'll find some like non-copyrighted stuff or something like that. You know. But yeah.
Anyways, 3, 2, 1. That was a bad clap. Let me try that again.
Try it again.
3, 2, 1. And I'll slap the table. We're on.
We're on.
We're on.
What is up, everyone?
What's up?
I'm John.
I'm Michael.
We're the nice guys.
We are the nice guys.
It's
Are
good.
you feeling nice today?
I'm feeling nice today.
Good.
I think it was a good day.
I lost my voice
I can tell.
screaming at a basketball game
Yeah.
for a friend of mine. It's
Dang.
gone. Gone. No, because it's like, I'm not going to do it in the mic, but it was like, they wouldn't pass the dude the ball. They'd be like, pass him the ball! Just like going super hard. Or just, like, those environments are bad for me, bro.
Are you one of those like intense fans?
Bro,
where
I'm
it's, like,
so-
you just get into it.
I'm so intense.
What are you
But
doing?
The thing is, like, if I'm there, well, I'm there then.
Yeah.
And there's, like, it's not like I'm just going to leave and go somewhere else. Like, at the crew game, do you remember when, you didn't go, but do you
I
remember,
didn't go.
do you remember me coming back home and my voice was going?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was shattered
Because
because
you're just in.
I don't like
going
the Columbus
crazy.
Crew, but it's a fun game.
Yeah.
It's an environment.
Mm-hmm.
Just going crazy. So we were at CLC, which is a church nearby, and they have a league inside their church, and they have a nice core and everything. It's pretty cool, but they have within their church their own league of different teams of people inside the church.
Okay.
I don't know how they did it, maybe like a draft type thing or something like that. But bro, it was. Yeah, I'm losing my mind in this environment. Is that how you are in sports environments?
I think it depends. Like, I don't know. Like, if I go to a Jackets game and like it's tight and intense, like I'm probably going crazy.
Well, that's the thing. Like, and I don't go to sports games often,
Mm-hmm.
but when I do, like, I'm gonna do the best. Not the best, but like, that sounds like I'm a player. I'm gonna perform the best as I can as a fan.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You want to root for your team.
I
and
wanna
you
root for
wanna-
my team. I wanna-
You want to put put your energy and emotion.
Right,
You're like
yeah.
Ohio State, like Big Nut. You know. Like,
Yeah, like big nut. Well, and like I said, I don't go to sports games often, and I don't think it's good thing to lose your mind always. Like,
Right.
Probably shouldn't even lose your mind at all, but like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, everybody has their moments or times or whatever. Well, that's one of the reasons why I don't like go to concerts or stuff like that. Not that I'm against concerts. So like, if anybody goes to concerts, don't think I hate you or anything like that. Like, I'm not against concerts at all. But it's like, just making sure that I'm not losing my mind or going crazy.
Yeah.
Because like, I know there's some people who go to concerts for like, even Christian rappers or whatever, and like, what they're rapping about is like legit good
stuff.
it's good
yeah.
lyrics and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But like, they just lose their mind. It's the same thing as sport games too. So
Yeah.
like, I'm not against like sports games or concerts or anything like that. Just like in moderation.
Yeah.
you know?
I think it depends too, because like I'm trying to think, because I didn't go to any. Because last sporting events I went to were all Blue Jackets games, but like I went to
John got a haircut.
got a haircut. Faded up.
It looks good.
We faded up.
It looks
Growing the
good.
beard too, you know.
Okay, so
Anyways, but like I would go to one Jackets game and it'd be like against like just whatever, like just another team, and like those games, it's like, oh, those are like fun to go to and stuff like that. But like if you go to like a Penguins game, like a Red Wings game, you better come ready
Prepared.
you better come prepared to go crazy.
Well,
Like
Ohio State game-
rivalry games, like
Bro, Ohio
you
State,
want to
Michigan
be
games,
there.
bro. Who was it? Our friend Justin, which we gotta get him on here soon.
We'll get them on.
He went to Ohio State versus Michigan's hockey game, and I don't know if he told you the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his dad
Got punched.
got punched
I
in the
remember
face.
that. Yeah.
And his dad looks at the dude who punched him in the face and goes, "It's just a game."
Yeah. Straight up.
Like that. And you know, if you know anything about, you know, that guy, the dad, like he's a calm dude, but you just like, you don't mess with him.
Don't mess with
You just
him.
don't,
Don't mess with him.
like, you just don't mess with him. You just don't, because you will feel the wrath.
Straight
You'll
up.
feel the wrath.
Yeah.
No, but that's like, sports games are always fun because you get to express, like, you ever see the dudes who like Steve Ballmer, all right,
Yeah.
owner of the Clippers.
Okay.
Do you know who Steve Ballmer is? He's also like that CEO right now of Microsoft, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
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 Level-headed dude, relaxed, chill. When the Clippers had their Lob City era, so Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, Jamal Crawford, That team was stacked. Anyways, when they had that era where, Chris Paul's just throwing oops behind the back or, like, whatever, right? You'd see Steve Ballmer, dude, dress shirt, tucked in pants, and he's just like going crazy. But, like, you don't expect that.
Right.
So it is cool because, like, sports games, you get to, like, unwind and, like, relax and express who you are for your team. But, again, you just want to make sure you're in control. I don't think they should sell... There are a lot of people who are going to backlash this.
Right.
But I don't think they should sell beer or alcohol in sports
at sporting
games.
events.
Yeah.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
People are going to lose their mind. Mm-hmm. And because I'm sure eventually now that, weed and THC is just becoming that much more popular and more okay with people, like people are more okay with it. I'm sure eventually, like, we see it just on grocery store shelves and stuff like that. Well, maybe not in Ohio, but in, like, Michigan, it's completely legal.
Where that stuff is, like, fully legalized.
Yeah, where that stuff is fully legalized.
That's a state level thing.
Right. So I wouldn't be surprised if eventually we'll see those in sports games or whatever or stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm gonna get this Coke.
That's the Coke you don't like.
I know, I'm just thirsty, bro.
This is new Coke flavor, and it's kind of, it's dog. It's not kind of dog. It is dog.
This is my third soda today, bro. I can't. No, I can't. I can't.
Dude,
I don't drink soda.
get rid of that. Yeah.
So I don't drink soda because, well, one, I like having abs. First of all,
That's fair.
Two, I realized that when I stopped drinking soda consistently at the beginning of, or towards the middle of quarantine. A little bit fat during quarantine. But I also realized that I was losing mobility and, like, how fast I was moving and how agile I was in the court. Bro, but I will say, speaking of ball, seeing people hoop today made me realize how much
You like playing basketball?
I miss it. Playing competitive.
Like competitive, like league play and stuff.
I miss putting a jersey on. I miss having teammates. I miss having, like, as weird as it sounds, like a coach. I miss having that just environment. So, like, for me, dude, I thrive. I thrive off of competition. Like, and it's not like for me to say, oh, I'm better than you. Mm-hmm. It's for me to say how good I am, which that's probably just as prideful to say. But it's all about, like, I want to see where I stand.
Yeah, with, like, other competitive people
like,
that have
I'll be
that
honest,
same competitive nature. Yeah.
Today they didn't let me play because they said I was too good.
Dang.
Oh, did I tell you about?
No, you told me about that.
Yeah, okay, so we're at CLC and the one team, the next game up, they only have 5 players, but one of them is like an old dude who just, not a hooper. And the team they're going against, the blue team, they have like 15 people.
Oh, so they can sub out.
They can sub out,
two
and they're
lines,
going. Yeah. They have 3 whole teams on their team.
Yeah,
pretty much. Well, this purple team only has 4 dudes and a guy.
Another guy
who's not a hooper at all. And they have 6 players on the team, but one of the guys is injured. My boy Eldon, and he was like, "Do you want to hoop?" I was like, "Yeah, bro." And so I had my stuff. Luckily, I had my stuff with me and everything. And they got the captain of the blue team was like, "Hey, can this guy hoop?" And the captain of the team was like, "No, you're too good. Well, let me hoop." Like, what is
too
that?
Good. Imagine being too good.
And so it goes back to what I was saying is competition. I don't think, and this might just be arrogance, but I honestly don't think that there's anybody who, like, there's people who are more athletic, for sure. There are people who are taller, maybe quicker, faster, whatever. I really don't think there's anybody who is as good as me in basketball who is not in the NBA. Like, I played against D1 dudes. I played against overseas pros. I played against, like, G League dudes. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, they're good.
Yeah.
Like, they're good at what they do, but, like, it's not out of this world. It's not hard being good at what you want to be good at. You just got to put practice in. Like, that's one thing that people don't do a lot. Like, you know that with bass. You want to be good at bass, so you spend hours every day.
Put the time in.
You put the time in. And it's the same thing with everything. F1 drivers. You want to be good at driving F1? Then put the hours in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Surround yourself with people who are going to help you out. Mm-hmm. But nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to.
Yeah, put the time in if you want to get good at whatever you want to do. I mean, it could literally be I mean, you can be a chef, you know. How are you going to cook good food if you don't put the time in to cook good food, you know? It's all about putting the time in, you know?
Oh, Chef Boyardee, bro. Chef Boyardee that out. No, well, one thing, too, is along with practice, along with putting the time in, you just got to have a passion for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing, too. Like, my chin is itchy. I don't know why. This is beard. I'm growing my beard out. I'm playing Jesus in the kids play. I have a beard now. Oh, bro, it's so itchy. Anyways, it's ASMR. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, we were talking
Having
about
the passion.
right. That's another thing. I don't think there's anybody as passionate about basketball as I am. Now, obviously, you know, I'm not, you know, on a team or whatever. I could be though, but don't have time for it. And you know how it is, dude. For the longest time, I wanted to play overseas. From like 10th grade year,
Playing Europe.
dude. From 10th grade year until like I got to Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
That was my dream. I'm playing overseas. I'm making some money, getting back, finding a honey, going back over to overseas. And that was gonna be that was
the move.
that was
what
my
you're gonna
life. And then Jesus was like, "Nope, you're gonna stay here and not do that." So, bro, but no, you ever get that? Like, you have a dream of like doing F1 one day or something like that?
I had a dream of playing baseball, but like that was when I was playing baseball. You know, like I don't know.
Did you go to the games today,
No.
bro?
Yeah, we never.
What
Well,
do you-
okay. So what ended up happening was we got pho for lunch,
You got tired.
and well, homeboy also forgot his golf stuff in the first place, and so we weren't gonna go drive all the way out to Pickerington and go back to Westerville to go to the
Right.
range. So it's like no point in doing that. So we were kind of just like, we'll think about it, and then when we were done with our food, I was like, no shot. I'm dead. I'm gone. Peace out. You know, like the thing with pho is it's like,
Dude, how was Sam today? Sam, how many peppers did Sam eat today?
dude, that dude,
I love him, bro.
he was okay. So this man was on the other end of the table, and so like I didn't really see how many peppers this man was eating or like how much spice he put in. But dude, his broth was like not broth anymore. It's red, bright red, bro. I was
love
like,
that.
I was like, dude,
No, bro.
no shot.
No, bro. We should get him on the podcast one day too. He would be legit.
Yeah, straight up.
We gotta. I met this dude named Sam. He goes to our church. Super real dude, genuine, just raw dude. Like, he's willing to have a conversation with you about anything. Great guy. But bro, he can put down spicy food. He can put down spicy food. Like it is.
It's nothing.
bro. So then you just after that you went home?
Went home, watched the race, or I guess rewatched it because you know racing. I'm so happy, dude.
No, racing's back in.
Racing's back.
Speaking of driving, John and I are taking a trip to Virginia. 6 hours away.
6-hour drive. Yeah.
That dude. So okay, I don't know how you guys are, or how I kind of know how you are, but I love driving long distance.
I like road trips.
Like bro.
To a degree, because like
Bro, I drove to Florida.
I mean, yeah,
one day,
yeah.
bro.
You
Like,
drove.
I love
you drove.
that, bro. Like
I feel like
I can do that any day.
I can do the drive to Virginia and back to Ohio in my sleep. Like it's
probably an easy drive.
It's cake.
That's how it is to Toledo too. Any drive, driving down to Florida was easy too, especially from Toledo. You just take 75 all the way down to where you're going, and that's just an easy trip.
Yeah,
It's a long trip,
straight
but
up.
it's easy. No, what's the longest one you've taken?
Florida probably.
I gotta fart really bad.
Do you? Yeah.
Just go for it.
We're real here, you
It's
know.
on-
We're real here.
What is it, dude? My favorite thing is, and then you fart after you. You're supposed to fart while you cough. So it's supposed to be like, well, and then you do it. But dude, all the time, bro. Especially in movie. You've seen me in movie theaters, bro.
Oh my god,
Dude,
this guy in movie theaters is dangerous. Dangerous, bro.
no, it all stems from childhood because when we were kids, Ethan and I, you guys met. We would go to movie theaters and watch the dumbest movies that other people actually liked. So we watched the Grinch cartoon movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was a funny movie, but it's just we go there to be cornballs. You're basically paying to
Be stupid.
be stupid.
Yeah.
Which I mean, That Walmart is always fun to do too. Okay, no. No one's gonna take us serious, bro. I don't care. I could go again.
Yeah, we go again.
This is embarrassing. Like, Crush is probably watching.
Yeah.
No, I can't. No, that's a big one. No. That's so embarrassing. I don't even care. I don't even care. What I've been trying to do is not that I want people to think less of me, but it's more so I've stopped, like, bro, and you know this, the older you get, the less you care about what, like, other people, like, when you're a teenager or whatever, when you're, like, adolescent years, you're like, bro.
Well, those are the years where it's like you.
I wonder what Britney's gonna say about me. Oh my god! Like, bro, nobody cares. Like, nobody cares. Like, there are so many embarrassing stuff that I've done now that when I recall them with my friends, they're like, bro, I don't even remember that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You ever get that? So, like, dude, embarrassment. I have a saying. It's not really a saying. It's just words. But it's, I don't get embarrassed.
Don't get embarrassed.
Just don't get embarrassed.
Don't get embarrassed.
But there's a reason behind it, though, is because embarrassment all stems down from how I feel about how other people see me, or how other people perceive me. You know what I mean? So, like, it's the same thing with awkwardness. If it's embarrassing, it's because I'm making it embarrassing. So, like, if I split my pants right now, and there were a lot of people here, a person who has a low self-esteem or like an insecurity would be like, oh my god, and they, like, would try to, like, walk away inconspicuously. A person who doesn't have any shame or, like, just doesn't have an embarrassing bone in their body would be like, guys, I just split my pants, and, like, they'd make a joke out of it. You know what I mean? So that's what I try to do. I try to make jokes out of things that what people would consider embarrassing. I try to make jokes out of it, and then I'm never the butt of a joke. I'm never the butt of a joke.
There you go.
And I think it all stems down to because I know not to give people reactions, which is another thing. And talking about awkwardness, if something's awkward, it's because you're making it awkward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if something is awkward, it's because something within you is saying, this is an awkward moment. And that's why, like, you get, like, stuttering, or you get, like, long pauses. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you'll get, like, weird stuff like that. So, like, if you don't make things awkward... Now, again, there are just some people who are going to be, like... What's a good word to use? I want to use a better word than rude. I want to use a funnier word. Chotches. Chotches isn't even a good word. Chotch doesn't even describe that. Chotch is a completely different thing. But, like, people who are just going to be, like, dum-dums.
Dum-dums. Dum-dum.
Dum-dum, give me gum-gum.
Dum. Dum-dum. You'll give me gum-gum.
Dum-dum. No. You know, I hate when people limit themselves too, because they're scared of what, like, other people will say.
Yeah.
Imagine how many sports players, if they, like... Well, I always say sports. Let's use a different one. Imagine how many presidents, which the U.S. presidents have sucked, but imagine how many... let's Barack Obama.
Okay.
Imagine if Barack Obama gave in to a racist remark, and someone said, now granted, he was a charismatic person.
Yeah.
He was a charismatic person.
Sure.
He knew how to speak to the people. He knew how to address the people. And people loved him for that.
He was good with his words.
His policies were a little bit...
yeah, no,
whatever.
regardless of how you feel about Barack Obama, everyone can agree that he definitely had a way with people.
He knew how to unify people.
Absolutely.
Right. And I would dare to say he's probably, I would consider top 15 influential people in the last 20 years.
Last 20 years. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even top 10.
15. Top 15.
Who would you have?
Well, see, okay, now you're really making me think, because the thing is influential can mean good or bad.
Right.
You know, so it's like...
LeBron James.
LeBron's up there. Last 20 years.
Allen Iverson. I'm using basketball players, but I don't care. Allen Iverson, LeBron James. Throw in Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Kanye is up there.
Kanye up there.
Joel Osteen.
Yeah,
He's up there.
Yeah, no matter. I don't know how I feel.
The Pope.
The Pope. I mean, the Pope's always up there.
The Pope's
Every time, dude.
Vladimir Putin. He's up there, bro.
Yeah.
He's up there.
I mean, Obama's up there.
Obama.
You're at 8.
Are you putting up George W. Bush? Probably not. I will say though, in that time span though, during 9/11,
during that time period, he was definitely, but
after he
kind of after, because like after we went to Afghanistan and all that stuff, then they kind of switched over the presidency. I would even say and no matter how I feel about the guy, Donald Trump's up there.
Trump. He's up
Trump.
there. Trump. That is neither here nor there how we feel about him.
So you're at 9. You got another 6.
But regardless, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, I don't even know what we're talking about. We're talking about charismatic and how. Okay, so imagine if Barack Obama gave in to all those remarks about, he's black and he can't be a good leader. And what if he gave in to racist remarks?
Yeah.
Right? What if he gave in to all of that negativity or to all that just noise?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have one of the most influential presidents of all time.
Right.
He's probably top 3. No. Well, now we're going back to presidents. George Washington, for sure, is up there.
Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln's
Reagan.
up there. Ronald Reagan. FDR.
Yeah.
Teddy Roosevelt is up there.
I'm trying to think. I mean, Obama is up there.
Obama's up there.
Kennedy's up there.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Honestly, any of those presidents that any of the, in my opinion, any of the Cold War presidents are probably in there.
But you know what? What makes, and these were all, I won't say great leaders, but they were leaders. These were all top leader.
Yeah.
Not in terms of greatness, but just in terms of position, top leader. How do you get to that point of like top leadership? You don't let things affect you.
Yeah.
You don't get embarrassed. And if things are awkward, okay, they just water on the back of a duck. You know, it's just sliding off of them. Who cares?
Yeah.
So like all these top leaders, things aren't embarrassing. If they fail, okay, so what? They fail. They're just gonna try again.
The greatest people are typically the ones who don't give in to, I guess, like peer pressure, or any type of pressure. They let it fuel them.
Right.
They take the pressure of other people or what people say or just the pressures of life, and they'll just turn that into fuel.
Yeah, and so that motivation then. So you have, then this is turning into how to become a good leader. Don't be embarrassed for failing. What was the lesson? Someone said a failure is only a failure if you don't learn from it, but a failure is a lesson if you learn from it. So that's the mindset is don't be embarrassed to fail, because you'll learn from it and it'll become a lesson. Don't. Who cares if things are awkward? If you're passionate enough about it, you're gonna do whatever you can to receive it or to strive for it. Right.
For sure.
Have a motivating factor, and it is good to have an internal motivation motivating factor. Like, for example, my motivating factor is internal, to go to the gym. I want to go to the gym because I want my physique to be attractive, and I have a image of what I want my body to be like. Not only that, I also want to be healthy. But those are internal things, right?
Yeah.
And internal motivation can only take you so far. Unless you're like egotistical and you're like Hitler, or Joseph Stalin, or Putin. I don't like Putin, but he's probably gonna hear this and he's probably gonna send his Russian spies to kill me.
Yeah.
But
Xi Jinping, same thing.
Where's the balloon?
Kim Jong-un.
No, but the thing is though is, you need to have something outside that's also forcing you or motivating you to do this. So like that's why, like, bro,
what is it?
Relationships
Pressure creates diamonds.
Right. There's another saying is, pressure bursts pipes, but my pipes don't bust. Or something like that. We used to say it in basketball in high school, but it sounded better in my head. But you need to have, don't be embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't, who cares if things are awkward? You're going to do what you passionate kind of rolls with that. You gotta be motivated, and it can't just be internal motivation. Let there be an external motivation. Let it be like, I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this, and not everybody's gonna be like, I'm doing it to get out of the trenches. Not everybody's like that,
right?
Because some people
some people are like that.
Some people are, and that's a good motivating factor. You'll get, because what ends up happening is you'll get dudes who aren't from the trenches, but then they'll try to make it seem like they want to be in it, like John Morant.
Yeah.
Like, no. But do it for your significant other. Do it for, because you want to make a good living, like whatever. But find an external motivation as well, and partner that and pair that with your internal motivation, and bro, you'll go so far. And what's another one that makes a good leader? Vision. Vision would be another one. What are you wanting to accomplish?
Mm-hmm. Like setting goals.
Right.
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
You can say it. You're Asian. I'm not. Elon Musk. I was talking to a friend today, a mentor, kind of. I don't know what I would consider him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what to consider him.
Mentor.
Yeah.
Mentor.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, mentor is a good one. I was talking to a mentor today about Elon Musk. Elon Musk created PayPal.
Yeah.
He became stupidly rich off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went on to Tesla.
Yep.
Tesla was about to go bankrupt before they sold any cars.
Mm-hmm.
But look at them now.
Yeah.
According to my mentor, which he's a truthful man, so he said that the revenue from Tesla is greater than Honda, Chevrolet, and I think Ford combined. That their revenue is greater than all those three companies combined. And he threw some other companies, but I forget what he said.
I can see that.
But, dude, he was about to go bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but Elon Musk doesn't sleep in his office. Or he sleeps in his office. He doesn't have a house. The dude is literally living his best life. Carnally living his best life. Spiritually, I don't know where he's at. But, and it all stemmed down to he's just not buckling under pressure. And he had a vision for what he wanted, and he followed through with it.
Yeah.
He wasn't embarrassed to fail.
Now he's
top
10 richest people in the world or something like that.
Yeah, Jeffrey Bezos.
Same thing.
Right.
Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg.
Ugh, I don't like Zuckerberg.
I don't like him either, but it is crazy just to see though like what he created. Like regardless of how you feel about certain people, you sometimes still have to call out the fact that like you did create something like crazy and something that created revenue and whatnot.
I could talk about leadership skills all night, because it's something that I feel like people are too okay with. Not people always speak, let your voice cry, like you put your input in, use your voice. But I'll be honest, from how I see it, a lot of people are okay with not talking, which is not a good thing. Now, okay, you don't have to be a leader. That's fine. I get that. Some people just they're whatever is they're not meant to be a leader. That's fine. Some people are just called to be faithful saints, right? But it's important to use your voice, and that's what makes or breaks change. If you're willing to use your voice or not. You know, you think of the civil rights movement.
Mm-hmm.
They used their voices, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was their thing. Now, yes, they did peaceful protests, but their voices is what carried. Martin Luther King Jr., regardless of his personal life, his life as a civil rights activist will forever be remembered because of one, how explicit he was with what he was saying. Not explicit doesn't mean you're saying bad words. Explicit means you're just calling things out as they are. You're being real. So he's being explicit. He's giving his voice, and he's using his vision. Like that's what makes or breaks a leader is your voice. I feel like, because you can have all these other aspects, but if not using your voice to convey how you're feeling or convey what you want, then like don't
Yeah.
But
I would say that probably, you could probably add that to the list of what makes a great leader is follow through on what you say, though.
Right.
Because
And
in my opinion,
communication skills.
leading by example and leading by
I
example
agree.
and actions speak louder than words. Those both go hand in hand.
Right.
For me at least, and I guess this is probably just how I was raised or whatever. But I've always been someone where it's like, and I was always told as a kid, oh, you have great leadership skills and stuff like that, like whatever. But if I wasn't gonna do it, I wasn't gonna say it. Don't say something if you're not gonna do it.
Committing.
Exactly.
Right. So okay, that's really good. So commitment is an important thing in not just leadership, all aspects of life. On top of that, all of these things are building on top of each other. Embarrassment, awkwardness, internal motivation. What else did we say? Vision, using your voice, commitment. Using your voice could probably go up here because communication in general. If I commit to something and my employees are all working for the same goal, and in my head I'm like, I don't want to do this, so as a boss I stop doing this, but my employees are still doing this, there's no communication between my boss, so my employees are still having this idea that I gave to them in their mind while I'm already a whole different
somewhere else,
right? And so that's actually good because all of this stems down then really communication. How are you communicating to if you're a boss to your workers, if you're a friend to your other friends, if you're a daughter or a son to your parents, if you're a saint in the church to your pastor, if you are employee to your boss, if you're a player for your team or your coach, or you know what I mean? Like, how are you communicating to the people around you? And I mean, communication is key. Every time I have been in any type of relationship, friendship, mentorship, whether it's a pastor and me and a pastor, or me and a girl, or whatever, the number one priority in any type, really, I feel in any aspect of life, is communication. Because when you be like, Michael, well, every aspect of life, what do you mean by that? Well, you got to communicate to yourself too, If I'm not feeling something, I can't force myself to do that thing because I'm going to be unhappy. Now, how do I say it without sounding cringy? No, I won't even say it. The most important thing, though, in any type of relationship is communication. How am I talking to you? How am I communicating my idea? Am I being clear? Am I being truthful? Am I being honest? Am I being non-condescending or uncondescending, I guess? Not condescending. Am I being real? All of these things play in factor of, well, we started off at leadership, but now we're just talking about every aspect in every relationship. But all that can be thrown into leadership as well. And another thing too is experience, but that's a whole different topic, but we'll stay on communication. Communication is key because without communication, you will fail. That's why the Tower of Babel in the Bible, they all spoke one language up until that point. And for those of you who don't know the Tower of Babel, how it worked is these people wanted to build a tower. This is way, way back in the beginning of time, almost. These people wanted to create a tower so big that they could be on the same level as God. That won't fly. That's not going to fly with God. No one's going to be on the same level as God. But they got high enough where God noticed it.
He noticed.
For sure. Not that it was ever going to bother him, but he noticed it. And he said, I'm going to stop that before they even think that they can get on the level as me. And what did he do? He changed all of their languages. And so every man spoke a different language. Or maybe it was every household, I forget. But basically, that's where the diversion of languages started. Communication is the most important thing. Speech, hand gestures, whatever. What does the Bible say? The power of death and life is in the tongue.
Yeah.
The power of life and death.
Life and death
is in the tongue.
In the tongue.
This thing, this controls a lot. You can lie to yourself. You can be real to yourself. You can lie to other people. You can be real to other people. Regardless, though, communication will triumph anything. If you have good communication, you're going to be all right. You might not see exactly how you want it to happen, but you're going to be all right if you have good communication. Because you'll never be disappointed with good communication. You'll never be surprised with good communication. There are no surprises with good communication. There's human error, but that's a different thing. But there is no, I wouldn't say regrets, but yeah, there's no surprises with good communication. If a boss sends a memo every Monday, you know what's going to happen for that week because you get it on Monday.
Yep.
If a boss who is bad at communication, there are going to be surprises throughout that whole week, right? Communication's key in every aspect or every facet of life.
I think another thing too, and I'll say this and then we can kind of land the plane.
You're tired.
I'm tired, dude. I got work in the morning. We'll be fine. We'll live. But
that's great. Life is good.
You know, something I've had to encounter as of recently is, and it's becoming a pet peeve, hardcore, is when you know someone maybe not has a problem with you, or you know, if you know someone either has a problem with you or someone has, you know, something that they need to say to you but they choose not to say. That's probably one of my biggest growing pet peeves, is when people just like don't say it as it is, and it really bugs me. Like there was, you know, obviously I'm not gonna get into details, but there's a couple scenarios where, you know, I knew that someone, you know, either had a problem or wanted to address something with me about it, and they didn't, and that bugged me, and I ended up having to be the one to ask them about it, and it's not your job. It's not my job, exactly. It's like, now if I have beef with somebody,
you're gonna go open.
I'm gonna be the one to do it. But if someone has beef with me, and whether I know it or not, and you know, because it's like, okay, I don't have beef with you, but if you have a problem with me, then say something. And I think that's the biggest thing, is be real with everybody. Be real with your friends, with your family, with your spouse, like literally whatever it is.
That's really good that you mentioned that, because being real with everybody can be dumbed down to just be consistent in who you are. If you are somebody who is a shy person, I get it. You're going to be shy around most people, and then you'll be open with some people. I get it. Okay. But if you are inconsistent with your behavior with other people, in other words, can I be real for a second? I'm going to land this plane. In other words, if you're being two-faced, that is not... Dude, nobody likes Harvey Dent.
No one likes Harvey Dent.
Nobody likes Harvey Dent.
Straight up.
Nobody likes the two-face. All right? Be consistent in who you are as a person. Not for... Dude, not even for other people's sake. For your own sake. Because eventually, your inconsistency, you'll become consistent in that. And that's going to be your downfall. Your consistency and inconsistency will be your downfall.
Yeah.
That's why the most sporadic leaders are the worst. Hitler, he was a great influencer, but He got destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
America destroyed them.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph Stalin died. Actually, no. Did he get assassinated?
I don't remember.
Regardless,
I think he just
died of old age.
yeah.
He wasn't too sporadic. In a sense.
He's just a terrible human being.
He's a terrible human being. Regardless, though,
Mm-hmm.
the most sporadic leaders have the worst downfalls. And we highlight that in Adolf Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was the most sporadic of any leader. If there was an idea that came across his head, he was going to do it. Because who's stopping him, right? So, anyways, I'm not comparing to people who are inconsistent to Adolf Hitler, but I am saying though, don't let your inconsistency become consistent, because when you set that as your consistent thing that you do, it's only downhill from there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But speaking of downhill, this plane has landed.
Straight up.
Straight up.
Yeah, we could honestly go all night talking about this, because this is honestly
Interesting topic.
It's a subject that, I mean, people have written books about subjects like this, so it's like
I had a really good night tonight.
it was good.
I had a really good
You
night.
had a really good night. Yeah, I had a good day. Hamilton P5, I like that. Sergeant P12, I like that.
I had a really good day today.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, guys, I'm Michael,
I'm John.
and this has been the Nice Guy Podcasts.
Straight up.
Podcast.
Be
consistent.
Stuff. Be consistent. Be real.
Communicate.
Communicate.
Don't get embarrassed about your ideas. Don't let awkwardness settle in.
Don't be awkward.
Be motivated. Be passionate. Have a clear vision.
Yeah. Straight up.
Straight up.
Straight up.
All right, guys. It's been real. It's been nice. And we will see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, man.